Hey, Fire and Full Bloom participants. I hope you have had a wonderful summer. It feels like yesterday that we were gathering in the sweltering heat to celebrate the summer solstice, doesn't it? And here we are now approaching the equinox. I actually am not in Charlotte currently. I am in northern New York, which if you don't know where that is, you just keep driving past the city, past upstate New York, past the capital region, past the lake region, and all the way up to practically Canada. Yep, that's where I am. There's a lake called Lake Champlain up between Canada and Burlington, Vermont. And I'm here for a family event, hence the no makeup, because the wedding is today. Very exciting. My cousin's getting married. But I wanted to share some thoughts with you this morning because I've had the opportunity to paddle around this morning and walk around this little town. It's not even a town, it's like a community next to the lake where my grandparents used to live. And you know, I had this thought as I walked these streets that I used to walk by myself. I used to think I was so grown up because my mom would let me wander between my grandfather's business and my grandparents' house. And I just thought I was the bomb. And here I was treading on these same streets, only mildly changed, as a 41-year-old. And you know, when you're young, I remember after my parents divorced, we lived here for a year while my mom got her feet underneath of herself. And I was about 11. And there were so many questions at that time. You know, you're hitting puberty and you're wondering, who am I going to become? And, you know, who am I going to marry? Am I going to have kids? How many kids am I going to have? Are they going to be boys? Are they going to be girls? There's all these questions that you have as an 11-year-old. And I realized as I was walking out, how many of those questions have answers? And yet, being 41, I'm like halfway-ish through this game, y'all. Like, there's still so many things to come. There's still so many things to come. And it just gave me a moment of awed wonder. The beautiful lake definitely adds to that, about all that is to come in my life and in your life. And as we go into this season of change in the autumn, where the trees adapt. You know, the trees adapt and lose their leaves because otherwise they would die. I don't know if you knew that. That's why deciduous trees drop their leaves, because the weight of the snow and ice, I know we don't get a lot of snow and ice in North Carolina, but in theory, the weight of the snow and ice would actually kill the tree. And as I've been working on the Havening script for Rooted in Balance, the celebration we're going to have on the 21st, I was thinking a lot about balance. I've thought a lot about how we release things. I don't know about you, but I love to cling on things like till the death. Like I have to work on releasing sometimes, but releasing the things that don't serve us anymore so that the things that we need can come into our life. And what are the changes that we're welcoming? And, you know, we're all in different stages of our life. There are so many different age individuals who come to this event. And what are you working on right now? Like, what's changing, and how are you adapting to that change? And how are you having to grow and be challenged? Because if we're not growing and being challenged, then we're dead, right? So there's nothing wrong with life challenges. My poor brother he has a rental car, and it was like hit last night at the rehearsal dinner. And then he was frustrated by it. He came in, and the door of our Airbnb, like the knob broke and fell across the garage. And we just had to laugh because if you don't laugh, you cry. It was so ridiculous. And it's just such a good lesson that there never will be a point where we're done until we quit breathing, you know? And so as long as we're here and we're living, we're changing. We're being challenged. We're being asked to lean into things, to release things, to become new. So as we look to this fall season about this balance and this awe and wonder, this beautiful time, and the weather's cooling, what are these things that we can do to grow spiritually, personally? I'm so excited. Maureen is going to have intuitive card making. And you know Maureen, anytime that she combines art and intuition, it's going to be good. So I really encourage you to sign up for Rooted in Balance if you haven't already. We've got an early bird special that ends on the 7th. It's going to be great, y'all. And it's going to be a great time for introspection and for help along your journey. You know, it's a great deal. We're going to feed you. So like, y'all, you can spend $45, $55 just to go out for dinner these days, right? So come, it's going to be good. You won't leave hungry, I promise. And don't forget to sign up because it's going to be great. And I really hope that we can see you on the 21st at Rooted in Balance, a Equinox celebration.